masculinity. It is Friday, September 17th of 2021. It is good to have you guys in here this afternoon. As always, we are streaming live to Twitch, Facebook, mgtow.tv, YouTube, manosphere.tv, and in crystal clear, high-resolution 4K to Sharpe stream. So however you are watching, wherever you're watching from, thank you for making the Sharpe Reality Live a part of your daily routine. Come here, little fella. This, of course, is the new mascot. This is Walter. This is my cat. He is a Devon Rex cat, and he makes it very clear that if he does not want to, if he doesn't want to play on your shoulders, he is out of here. But Walter's a good cat. He's already getting bigger. He eats all the time. I may have to let him out of the studio because he looks like he's trying to tear down. Walter! Ah, oh boy. Oh, no, we can't have that. Oh, no. Nope. Oh, shit, Walter. Jesus Christ. All right. Gotta kick him out of the studio. All right. This is why we can't have nice things. He was he's trying to tear down my my sound panels. Wow. He's a great cat though. Great cat. Cute as a button. Cute as he can be. And he likes people. He likes hanging out with people. Like, he's drawn to people. So very glad to have him. Guys, please be sure to like the video. Like, subscribe, and share. When you subscribe, make sure you hit the bell and then go down to click all. Make sure we're doing that. Make sure we're taking care of that. And I would be much appreciated. Quick update. Coach Red Pill is going to be on next Thursday at noon Eastern. So I will be joined by Coach Red Pill next Thursday, a week from yesterday, at noon Eastern. Noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, or as I like to sometimes say, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It was early in Vietnam. He slept through it. It is what it is. I figured that's what happened. And so we have rescheduled for next week. Before we get to Kevin's video, I'd like to highlight a comment by a Sasha Taylor. She actually left this a day ago, and the video that she mentioned this on, was the video of the phone call with my man Eric in North Carolina. I guess I misspoke. It's Coach White Pill. Okay. And so here's what she said. She said, quote, she's a female, was a limo driver for years doing weekends, girls, nights, weekends, trips away. So believe me, guys, when I tell you they all cheat. Wives, fiancés, girlfriends, even brides-to-be. They egg each other on. He'll never know, they'll tell each other. You deserve some fun. You only live once. Just tell your husbands and boyfriends we crashed at each other's places. Drunk can't remember. And so forth. Way too many stories to relate here, but three-ways, swapping guys, bathroom BJs, and clubs were all too common. Then she warns, guys, if you let your women go on these things, you're either stupid or know and turn a blind eye. Guys, I've been telling you this for years. When women travel, they sleep around. When wives travel, they cheat. When girlfriends travel, they cheat. For the longest time, Las Vegas, and I still think it is, it's the number one tourist attraction in the world, as far as I know. So when girls come for spring breaks, girls' weekends, whatever the case may be, guys, I cannot tell you how many girlfriends and wives I smashed while in Vegas. And to be quite honest with you, I probably fucked a lot more girlfriends and wives than I even was aware of. Because a lot of times they won't mention that they're married or that they have a boyfriend. It's about half the time, right? You walk up, you approach him. Hi, I'm Alex. I'm sorry, I'm happily married. And then I'll look at her, well, not too happily, you're here, right? And then she'll laugh, and then it was on. You approach a girl. Hi, I'm Alex. Oh, I'm sorry, I have a boyfriend. Oh, really? Where is he? And I'm looking around. She starts laughing, and it's on from there. This doesn't mean that women are vile creatures. This does not mean that they're bad. This doesn't mean that they're evil or any of that stuff. No, they're women. And as I always state, and I forget which law this is in the 49 laws of Sharpe, women need protection from a lot of things, but most of all, they need to be protected from themselves. Women need to be protected from themselves, guys. If I were to allow Devin to take a weekend trip to Vegas, you better believe she'd get ran through. Of course she would. She's a woman. She has eyes. She gets tempted. Just because your wife or girlfriend loves you doesn't mean that she automatically stops being attracted to other guys. When we go out, Devin sees guys she'd love to fuck. And guess what? The same goes for me. I see girls all the time that I'd love to stick my dick in. We're human beings. We have eyes. A lot of guys say, well, if your girlfriend loves you, if your wife loves you, she wouldn't cheat on you. Wrong answer. If your girlfriend or wife loves you, she would not put herself in a position to cheat. If your girlfriend or wife says, hey, the girls want to go to Barbados for the weekend, or we want to take a weekend trip to Cancun, guess what? The relationship is... That's it. No extra life, no mushroom, no star, no fireballs, no nothing. That's it. If your girlfriend or wife says, hey, me and my friends want to go to this concert. Again, let me reiterate, this does not mean that they're bad. This doesn't mean that they're terrible. Doesn't mean that they're inherently evil. Women are human beings, and human beings have urges. And when men or women are in a position to get easy sex from the opposite sex, unbeknownst to their spouse or significant other, they're going to do it every time.
Yep.
Well, what about guys, Donovan? What do you say when people tell you if a guy doesn't cheat, if a guy doesn't love you, he won't cheat on you? Wrong. If a man loves a woman, he will never allow her to find out about the chicks he is smashing on the side. Let me repeat that. If a man loves you, he will never allow you to find out about the chicks he's smashing on the side. I know a lot of you motherfuckers have a problem with that. I do not give a shit. Zero shits. Don't care. Women cheat. Men have sex. Men show commitment through provisioning. Women show commitment through fidelity. It is different. So the difference between male and female cheating in terms of love is if a woman loves you, she will never put herself in position to cheat on you. If a man loves you, he will never allow you to find out about the chicks he is smashing on the side. That's it. So the bottom line is, gentlemen, do not date women who travel alone. Do not date women who travel. Don't date women who travel, guys. Right? When women travel, they take sausage, and it does not matter what their relationship status is. This doesn't make them bad. This doesn't make them evil. They're human. And like most women, they are highly impulsive creatures. Highly impulsive creatures. What you also need to be doing is you need to have a cycle calendar on your woman. Yes, that's right. Track her cycle. That is next level game. I'll actually tell you about Devin's cycle right now. Look at this. And guys, listen, man, I will put business out in the street. This is how this works. So today is the 17th. Devin is supposed to start her period exactly 1 week from today. Exactly 1 week from today. Guess what, guys? Devin's been a little irritable lately. She's been a little bit irritable lately. She almost lost her mind about some cord that wouldn't fit in this miniature power washer thing we had. She fucking lost her mind about it. You know what I did? I just stayed silent. She said, sorry, I know I'm probably PMSing. Yeah, I know. So a week from today, she's going to start her period. Guess what? A week ago, her tits looked a little bigger. Rosy, she had rosy red cheeks. She was wearing less around the house. You want to know why? Because she was ovulating. That's why. She was ovulating from the 8th until the 14th. Huh. No wonder I had to tell her to settle down when we went to the bowling alley. No wonder I had to tell her to quit with all the demonstrative gestures. Guys, this is how it works. This is how it works. You must protect your woman from herself. You must have all of the information necessary. You must have all of the information necessary to know how to deal with your woman. Devin is PMSing today. You want to know what that means? That means I'm going to pile drive her 6 ways into Sunday. I'm going to make sure she can't walk tomorrow. I'm going to do it the next day. I'm going to do it the day after that, and the day after that. You must protect your woman from herself. If your woman does not allow you to protect her from herself, guess what, guys? That is not your woman. That's not your woman. I appreciate Sasha, a woman. I appreciate, listen, man, it's not often that we get women who keep it all the way real, in the comments. I really appreciate that. Because very few women are that candid about acknowledging their true nature. They really are. They're really not. It's amazing. Shout out to the snipers, the elite sniper class of the TSR Towers. We've got Hellfong in the house, Dre Raven, Geeky Anomaly, Apollo, Chronos Absolution. I haven't seen you in a while. Not Matt 57. Welcome to the Sniper Tower. Shout out to my sharpshooters in the TSR Towers. We've got P-Dubs, Dre Raven, double dipping, Dalton Turner, Joshua Mays, good to see you in here. The School Bus, good to see you back in here. Technomage B5, Stephen White, Lord Sinister 707. Stephen White made a very good comment. Says, any girl that wants to travel alone or go to the club is just for fun, not to be taken seriously. Nope. Better believe it. Lord Sinister says, this is what you tell a woman if she says, if you were a man, I wouldn't be here. No, if you actually loved me, you wouldn't be here. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Dalton says, thank you. I need to do more research on that one. Thanks for the game. Oh, listen, trust and believe. And cycle calendars are free. Dude, track your woman's cycle. It's a game changer. When your woman is ovulating, then guess what? You're gonna have to make sure she's not trolling for dick behind your back. She'll do that. She will. This is just how they are. All right, well, let's go ahead and get to today's video from the Godfather himself, Kevin Samuels. Oops, phone lines are not going to be open today, so let me... There we go. So Kevin did a live stream on YouTube a couple of days ago, and he got a lot of there was actually quite a few women who had called in. And the thing is his traffic is not only starting to pick up, but his traffic in terms of the persuasion, seems to be lightening up a little bit. Kevin Samuels seems to be getting the attention of the Beckys, the Marisols, the Mylenes, and the Jamilas a lot more lately. Gee, I wonder why. Anyway, his opening monologue talked about the fact that women are in toxic relationships with themselves and each other. Half the bitches that called in thought that he was talking about toxic relationships with men. I guess they didn't hear the opening monologue.
What, the French toast?
I guess they did not hear that. At any rate, Kevin made an excellent point about the fact that women are in toxic relationships with themselves and each other. And I've said this plenty of times, guys. This is also in the 49 Laws of Sharpe. Women are never friends. They don't like each other. They simply tolerate each other between fights. That's it. And to that end, Mr. Samuels more or less called this out, and he wanted to know what his viewers thought about that, right, wrong, or indifferent. So let's get to it.
Okay, how are you?
Hi. Is it possible to not be on camera, please?
Yeah. How old are you?
I just turned 20.
Ooh,
All right,
she's young.
so what do you have for me on the topic?
I agree a lot with the fact of like modern women dating and having toxic relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Me myself, I had to get out of that, like the toxic stage, and dealing with guys who.
Dealing with guys. Uh-oh, somebody wasn't listening. Somebody wasn't listening.
Aren't not really settling, but aren't on my level.
Okay, wait a minute. This chick is 20, and again, and listen, man, we don't know this girl's stats, we don't know anything, but this girl's 20 years old, and she's already talking about, well, it's hard to find guys on my level. Bitch, you're 20. You haven't accomplished anything yet. Now, if she's a virgin, and she still lives at home, and she still looks good, okay, yeah, that is a worthwhile accomplishment. But just because you're a woman, that doesn't put you on any level. So already we're starting to see the overt overvaluation that women have of themselves. And you can see that Kevin, looking at the screen, is like, wait a minute, on your level?
I think I have a lot to offer. So, yeah.
Well, when I say toxic relationships, was I talking about toxic relationships with men, or what was I? Who was I talking about toxic relationships with?
With men.
Nope.
Oh.
Oh my God! I think modern women are in toxic relationships with themselves.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yep.
If you watch my monologue, I laid it all out.
Nope.
She didn't watch the monologue, Kevin. She didn't watch the monologue, Kev. Dalton Turner says, listening is surely a lost art, or was it ever found? Joshua May says, listening is a skill few know and many learn. Exactly.
I just got a chance to tune in.
Okay, well,
Okay, well, now we're making excuses.
You're coming in from behind, so the typical talking point is women in toxic relationships with men. Well, you got to catch up with what I'm talking about. At 20 years old, what do you want out of a relationship?
I'm really looking to get married.
Were you raised with mother and father in the household?
Yeah, just not in the same household, but yes.
Huh?
Okay, wait a minute.
Not in the same household, but yes.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
I always ask this question, looking to get.
Now this is interesting. I didn't catch this before. So there is a difference. Is there a difference, gentlemen? Is there a difference between being raised in a two-parent household with both parents in the home, or being raised by a mother and a father who live in separate places? Right? Is there a difference? I happen to think there is. I think that being raised in a two-parent home is a lot different than being raised by your mother and your father who live in two different homes. That's what I think. Let me know in the chat, guys.
Get married? Are you a wife?
Yes, I'm actually looking to be a wife. The correct
Okay,
term.
he asked you if you were a wife. Didn't say if you were. Listen. Check this out. I wanted to be center fielder for the Kansas City Royals. Okay, that doesn't mean that I am a center fielder for the Kansas City Royals. right? Just because you want to be something does not mean that you are. You know, Kevin always says dress for the job you want, not the job you have. I believe the same could apply to women. But he asked you, are you a wife? And you said, yes, I want to be. No, he didn't ask you what you wanted, sweetheart. He didn't ask you what you wanted. He asked you if you were a wife. That's a question that you clearly should have answered.
Looking to be a wife.
All right. Well,
is it possible for me to ask you a question, or?
You can, but I got to get to the next thing because at 20 you're still a little bit young for this. But go ahead.
I know I'm really serious. This is something that I really want. So I just want to know if you had any advice. I tried actually joining your group, The Mix, on Facebook.
Any advice for what?
Just for being a wife. That's all.
Wait, she wants advice on how to be a wife? Are you kidding me? Dude, I can give you that advice. Man, listen, I give you that advice. Don't get fat. Don't sleep around. Don't get any tattoos. Don't smoke. Don't drink. Learn to cook, clean, and be submissive. That's it. That'll be $29.95. You don't have to listen, man. You don't have to. You don't have to become a part of a group to know how to be a wife. See, this is the problem with modern women. This is the problem with modern women. This woman, 20 years old, clearly does not know how to be a wife. As a woman, you should listen. There is no instruction booklet needed on how to become a quality woman. Becoming a quality woman, check this out, guys. Becoming a quality woman is a lot more about what not to do than what to do. Let me repeat that. Becoming a quality woman has a lot to do with what not to do than what to do. If you don't get fat, if you do not drink, if you do not smoke, if you do not do hard drugs, if you do not get a tattoo or tattoos, if you do not get crazy piercings, if you do not sleep around, guess what? You are already at that point, and you are already wife material. It doesn't matter what you look like. Even if a girl is a butterface, even if she's not so easy on the eyes, guess what? You can hit the gym and have a hot body and raise your sexual market value by at least 2 points. By at least 2 points. There's no need women don't need to join groups to learn how to be a wife. You become wife material by simply refraining from the typical indulgences of modern women. That's all you got to do. And if you're young, the rest will come to you as it follows.
Well, who's teaching you? Who's teaching you how to be a wife?
Who's teaching you how to be a wife? I'll wait. Yeah, I didn't think so.
Okay. I guess I'll just...
No, who's teaching you? Wanting to be a wife is nice, but someone has to. So that's why I asked, were your mother and father married? This is something that has to be taught and modeled.
Uh-huh.
My aunt is married.
Okay.
And she's not married to an ideal guy, but she's been loyal and faithful to him.
She's not married to an ideal guy. So she's not married to a perfect man, but she's still loyal and faithful.
Sharpe, doing it thick and thin. So
why isn't your mother married? Why aren't your mother and father married? Do you know?
My dad actually is married to 2 other women, so he would actually.
Well, there we go. There we go. Love it. Sounds like your dad has it figured out.
To be the 3rd wife, so she didn't get lucky.
See that? But, see now, Kevin. Now, see, this is where Kevin and I wouldn't say diverge, but listen, I'm all about a man having multiple wives. I'm all about polygamy, or as I forgot what her name was. I was on the Fresh and Fit podcast. I was sitting right next to her when I was Vice City Donovan. She called it polygamy. She was so funny. I loved her. Listen, man, she was dumb as a box of rocks, but I loved her, man. She was funny.
My dad kind of taught me what it is to.
What is your okay? But your mother doesn't have a husband.
No, she doesn't know.
When have you ever seen your mother cooperating with a man in a relationship?
I'll be honest, my mother is not very cooperative.
Well, that's it. That's it. Her mother was not very cooperative. My mother was not very cooperative. So now we know why her mother and father are no longer married. Because she was not cooperative. See, Dad went off and said, you know what? Fuck that. Fuck this. I'm out. I'm not dealing with I'm not dealing with a woman who's not going to cooperate. And that, of course, is a man's number 1A requirement. Number 1, you have to be fuckable. Number 1A, you have to be cooperative.
Okay, so that's the number one thing. Your primary influence or your primary parent, female, didn't model this for you. So you need to find somebody to model this, because it's one thing to say I want to be married. It's another thing to say you're being raised to be a wife. I have my concerns here, but I'm trying to get into it on this show right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Was the bitch cooperative?
Nope.
So he kicked it to the curb?
Yep.
That's how this works, guys. That's how this works. When you're a man who has his shit together, men are not going to deal with non-cooperative women. This dude dropped the wife and went and got him 2 other wives. I'm going to give him another Don DeMarco for that. You better believe it.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Being a wife is something you kind of have to plan out too. You ladies need to get on camera. Nobody's off camera on the Zoom.
Real talk. You got to show up.
You can't get on camera.
No, sir. No, sir. You got to say that face. You got to say that face, girl.
All right. So, Kimberly, you got to get on. You got to start your video. You don't have to be on the camera, though. Go ahead, Pearl.
Kimberly, how are you? Start the video. Let's go.
I'm good. How are you?
Let's go,
Kim.
Kim.
So, you see the subject. Modern women in toxic relationships.
I mean, I think if you constantly find yourself in toxic relationship after toxic relationship, it's probably you and not them.
Okay, that's cute of her to say. That's cute of her to say. She's using the common denominator. She's using the common denominator argument. And listen, she's probably right. If you continue to find yourself in toxic relationships, it's probably you. It's probably you. But I don't think that's what Kevin was looking for. Kevin is, listen, are women in toxic relationships with themselves and each other, yes or no?
Mm-hmm.
But I actually had something I wanted to talk about from your dialogue in the beginning.
Go ahead.
So you said that, like, it's not good for a girl to, like, get a house or, like, plant roots.
I didn't say it's not good. I said that she's not seriously planning on being a wife.
Yeah. No.
Oh, look at this. It's a white girl. It's a white girl.
What, the French toast?
The French toast is going on.
I wanted to say that that's actually, like, really true.
Uh-oh.
I know we've, like, talked before about, like, my dad being, like, the top, like, 0.5% of earners. And I was, like, thinking about how my mom ended up, like, getting him, you know, like, being his wife. And she actually was supposed to be a teacher and dropped everything to, like, move towards him and work on his business.
What? There it is. She dropped everything. She dropped everything to follow him and help him with his business. You know what that's called, gentlemen? You know what that's called? That's called having your priorities in line. We've got breaking news here. Breaking news. Walter likes Caesar dressing. I know this has nothing to do with the topic at hand, but Walter seems to like everything. He likes granola, string cheese, pepperoni. Caesar dressing is now on the list. Walter likes Caesar dressing. Back to you, Donovan. Thanks, Donovan.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, she really just, like, followed what he wanted to do. and it like worked out. Now I have like 10 siblings. So I was just
wow.
wanted to chime in and say that's really like true. And I think a lot of girls like aren't willing to take that risk, you know?
Right.
And now here's the thing. Now this crosses all racial lines. This crosses all racial lines. This crosses all Rachel. This crosses all Rachel lines. This crosses all racial lines, guys. That's all there is to it. I'm trying to tell you. And it's interesting. Hang on a second. It's interesting because most girls, if your homegirls came to you and said, "Hey,"
show now, press.
There we go.
2.
There we go. If you come to your homegirl and say, "Hey, Ryan is moving away. Ryan is moving away. And you know, he's going off to start this business. He wants to. It's a better location, and I love him very much. Like, I want him to be the father of my kids. We've talked about marriage, and I'm 100% on board. But should I follow him? Dude, 13 women out of 10 will tell her, "You ain't got to follow him, girl. You ain't got to follow him, girl. You ain't got to follow him. He's not the priority. Keep your shit in line." And then they wonder why they're alone. Good for this girl.
And that's today's modern woman wants insurance guarantees.
That's right.
When they're not offering those guarantees, you are going to have to be willing to do what your mother did: pick a man based upon character, and then go all in and risk so you can get the payout long term. I mean, it's not
the payout long term. The payout long term. I say this again. Women get their lottery winnings up front. They get their lottery winnings at 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old. Now, they can either invest with a long-term strategy, meaning staying a virgin, no tattoos, learning to cook, clean, submissive, docile demeanor. Basically, Aya. Holy God. Aya's like the most submissive thing I've ever heard in my life. That's a long-term strategy. You lock down a man of value while you're young, and your ROI pays you until the day you die. Literally. So long as you keep your shit in line. Listen, just because you find a high-value guy and get married young and have kids does not give you permission to get fat. Because that high-value guy he's going to smash other women. He's probably going to be smashing other women anyway. But he might let you know about it to get your ass. But at any rate, that's called having your priorities in line.
It's not rocket surgery or brain science. This is old stuff. But it sounds shocking to a lot of women from when I say stuff like that, because they think you're talking about removing their security, and I'm saying you'll get more security when you have more than one person. So thanks for co-signing that. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I was just going to say...
by the way, I will open up the phone lines a little bit later. Take a few phone calls.
That, like, a lot of people, like, told her that she shouldn't, like, move to him.
See that? You see that? Dude, guys, this is sabotage. Single women keep women single. Single women keep women single. A lot of girls say, well, Steve doesn't let Rachel go anywhere. He doesn't even let her hang out with her friends. No. Steve told Rachel she can do whatever she wants. But if she hangs out with single friends, his commitment is withdrawn. See, Steve told Rachel early on, I don't date women who go to bars or clubs. I don't date women who travel alone. I don't date women on social media. And I don't date women who hang around single people, single friends. And so while her friends think that Steve has her locked in a cage, oh no. Rachel clearly understands that single women keep women single. Rachel doesn't want to be single. Rachel wants to be with Steve. And to that end, she separates herself from her single friends.
Which is like kind of crazy, just in case like it wouldn't work out.
Of course not.
Just in case it wouldn't work out. See that?
But it's funny, like, because her sister said that, and like her sisters are still single.
Oh, there it is. See? You You ain't got to move with him, girl. Yeah, that's why you're still single, bitch.
Or she's like married with 10 kids.
See that?
All right. I need to cut this little segment out. Ladies, anybody who tells you, thanks, Pearl. I want you ladies to hear me and hear me well. The women who keep cautioning you, don't do this because it might not work out, get rid of those friends.
Yes, sir.
They're not your friends.
No, they're not. No, they're
Fear,
not.
scarcity, and lack keep getting pumped to you ladies. And it is not men who are leaving relationships. It's women who are not committing and getting into relationships and building something of value with a man over the long term.
There you go. There you go.
What you ladies are saying absolutely has been shown to not work.
Dude, he is speaking the truth. Guys, speaking the truth. Ladies, quit listening to your single friends. Dude, don't take advice from your slutty single friends. Because if you take advice from your slutty single friends, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be slutty and single. No, you need to take advice from your friends in solid long-term relationships. No, don't take advice from Heather, who's cheating on Richard every other weekend when she takes these girls' trips. Don't listen to Heather, who's fucking Kevin and Sales on their weekend team building trips. No, don't take advice from her. You want to know why? And I've said this before. The reason why women don't take advice from women in long-term relationships, good long-term relationships, is because that advice is very tough to follow. That advice removes all of her bad behaviors. This is why women love taking relationship advice from women, because they know that women are going to tell them what they want to hear. Well, if he's not acting right, you need to open up Tinder and get under somebody and teach him a lesson. And then they wonder, why am I single? Well, because you listen to your slutty friends, slut. That's why. That's why. Taking advice from sluts is easy because sluts tell women to do what's easy. They advise women to do what's easy. But if anybody were to ask Devin, hey, how do I get what you and Donovan have? How do I get to a point? I mean, you guys are like, dude, a couple of Devin's friends, a couple of Devin's post-red pill friends is like, dude, they all tell us. They say, listen, we look up to you guys. They tell us this. Her personal trainer, her hairstylist, you guys are the power couple. You're the power couple. You guys have a great life. You make all this money. You guys get to travel. You live an awesome life. You're both good-looking people, about to be better looking on both sides. What's the secret? Now, they don't ask. I don't assume they ask her because I'm not privy to those conversations. But if Devin were to give advice to a woman who wanted to know how to get and keep a man, guess what? That's not going to be easy advice to take. That's not going to be easy advice to follow. But that's why it works.
Tasha, unmute yourself, then after that, MJ.
Ooh, boy, this is good. I love Red Bull. Love me some Red Bull. Shout out to Lord Sinister 707, $5. Says also, don't twerk at galas like Sierra and Megan the Stallion. Ay, 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 ay. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Jory Raven says, translation, her mother is a raging bitch who argues and fights with everyone from the mailman to the drive-thru clerk at Arby's. Damn, Arby's, dude. I love me some Arby's, dude. Oh my God, the Big Montana with some Arby's sauce. Oh, with the curly fries. Oh my God. Oh shit, I shouldn't have said nothing. Forget I said that. Hey little Walter. Slapduck with the song there. Arpap says her dad is a 5%er. She's most likely fucked up for life. You're probably right. Hellfong on the Sharpe Stream side says that's Pearl of Just Pearly Things. That's the chick who did a reaction video to one of your episodes, Donovan. Oh, really? Wait, are you talking about the young girl? Just Pearly Things. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Let's look that up. I had no idea who Just Pearly Things was. I'm assuming she's on YouTube, no? Yes? I guess I have to do a little bit more, I guess I should be a little bit more present in terms of Just Pearly Things. Okay. Just Pearly Things. Oh, the white girl is Just Pearly Things. Oh, there she is. Ah.
Hey guys, this is the Just Pearly.
Wow, whitest girl in the world. So she's leaning into it. She's leaning into it. All right, let's take a quick look here before we get back to Mr. Samuels. Reaction. Oh, okay, reacting to my time on Fresh and Fit. Okay. So I guess she's out of Miami. Interesting. Let me take a look at looks like she reacted to the Modern Women. Uh-oh. I'm going to tell you what, the sisters, they ain't going to like Just Pearly Things too damn much. Oh, they ain't going to like her at all. I remember she did the I remember Breenie Lee. You guys see here in the middle, Breenie Lee. I've done a couple of videos about her. Yeah, she was on Fresh and Fit. Yeah. You know what? Let me do a control find. I want to see this. I want to see what happened here. Donovan. It says 1 of 2. Why can't I see it? Donovan. I did a control find. I don't know why I can't see the... Calls herself the white... Wow, she has quite a few videos. Holy shit. She's doing reaction videos to Mike Rashid? Damn. I didn't even know this girl existed. Wait, hold on. Donovan. Donovan. Says 1 of 2, but I can't see... Maybe. All right, it says it's on this one. All right, well, if somebody could send me the link, of the video that Just Pearly Things did a reaction video to me on, I'd be very interested to find out. I'd be very, very interested. Oh, well, okay, well, here we are. Looks like Dev has already done that for us.
What up, guys? Welcome to the Just Pearly Things YouTube channel. Today, I am going to be reacting to the wildest title I have seen. Are white girls
yes!
Black Nut by Donovan Sharpe.
Yes, sir.
Anyone that's followed me on the channel knows that my ex-boyfriend was black, or is black.
No.
We'll see how this goes. I'm a little nervous to watch this, but before I start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell. While you're at it,
that's funny. She said
follow my Instagram.
That's funny. She said she was nervous to watch this. This is funny as shit.
The link is in the description. It's Just Pearly Things, but instead of an S at the end, it's a Z. You can send me video requests on there.
This is going to be fun. We're taking a little bit of a detour here, but I like it.
So if anyone has any videos that they'd want to send me, send it to me on Instagram.
All right, don't care. Oh, she's watching a pervasive proverb among this is a This is a pervasive proverb among Caucasian females when referring to dating or hooking up with African American men. And that saying is, once you go black, you don't go back. What this means is that once a woman has a little fun with a black dude, she won't be interested in going back to dating white guys or any other race of male on account of the wild and crazy time she had with the brother. Now, I'm not a white girl, so I can't speak to whether or not this is true. However, I have a proverb to piggyback off of that one, which rings 256% true. And my proverb is, once you go black, you can't go back. Allow me to explain.
What?
Women are extremely... Hang on a second, I'm told I need to turn this down a little bit. Extremely influenced by perceived social pressure, whether they admit it or not. All of their decisions, from what they wear, to where they work, to the cars they drive, in their minds, are heavily scrutinized by just about everyone they know. Of course, this isn't really the case. Sure, a friend of hers might comment on her new shoes, or the fact that she needs to find a new job, or that her boyfriend is a loser. This is funny. She said, what? In that 45-second conversation, her friend isn't thinking about her anymore. Facts. She's thinking about herself. Yep. The problem is, women don't realize this. They're under the impression that everyone around them, men and women alike, are constantly judging everything they do. Oh, this guy, I gotta have her on.
I do not think that. I'm sure a lot of girls do, but it's hard because in the manosphere, they'll always tell me that I don't actually, like, I say that,
but like women say things that they don't mean. But genuinely, whenever I get embarrassed about something, that's what I tell myself, is that they probably won't even remember. That's how I do this channel, honestly, is mentally I say that if the video's that bad, people won't watch it.
All the time, as though they have nothing else to do other than to watch and talk about her all day, every day. This speaks to the extreme solipsism of the female species. More importantly, the reason that when they mess with black guys, a lot of them feel like they can't date white guys anymore. In her mind, if she's seen with a brother, she knows she's probably off limits to white guys.
What?
So now the question becomes,
I don't get it.
Why are white... Then she might not get it because she might not date white guys. Girls considered to be off limits to white guys once she messes with black guys. Why do white guys lose their freaking minds when they... Okay, Dev, we got to reach out to this girl. We got to reach out to this chick. I think this would be a great conversation. I think this would be a fantastic conversation. Dev, get a hold of this chick. Get a hold of this chick. I gotta have her on the show. Find out their pretty blonde-haired, blue-eyed snowflake has been violated by a brother. Well, the answers are actually quite simple. But before I get to that, let me quickly remind you that if you have a question or a comment, and pretend here in the...
Guess I'll find out. This was the first...
B, you'll get multiple perspectives or comments. B, ebook. This ebook is for a divorce in the first...
Why am I here?
Impossible for the bad girls out there to fool you into thinking that they're good girls. This book is absolutely plug in your very best email and considered to be off limits by white guys if they mess with black guys. I answered part of this question in a video I did a while back discussing the racial implications of the very first Black Bachelor in that franchise's history. Take a look. The second uncomfortable truth about The Bachelor people are afraid to talk about out loud is that the white women who compete will be considered tainted by white men.
What?
Yes, this is also a thing. When a white man finds out his white wife... I think she honestly doesn't know. I think she honestly doesn't know. And again, Dalton Turner says, I'm white, but yeah, I agree with DS. Yeah. Yes. I mean, that doesn't make white guys bad. I mean, that's just how it is. If a girlfriend had biblical relations with a black man, he loses his mind. She's ruined, he thinks. But his adverse reaction is not because of racism. This is great. At least not... She's like, what? Most of the time. It's about the adult film industry and the media for the most part. Let me explain. Every black male adult film actor, without exception, has an exceptionally large penis. Now, the same could be said about their white counterpart. She's killing me. She has no idea. This is great. Sean Oates says she's naive to this new information. I think this is genuine. I think she is definitely... I think she honestly doesn't know. This is funny.
How does he know this? Is there like a survey or something?
Which is why they're in the business in the first... Oh my God, she really doesn't know. Holy shit, she has no idea. Oh my God. Place. But the black male actors have these gargantuan penises that make even the most impressive looking white bananas look comparatively small. If any man, black or white, consumes enough adult film entertainment with black actors, he's going to internalize this as the norm. I'm just watching her face because I think this is genuine. I think she really doesn't know. And subconsciously assume that every black man has a huge penis. Add that to the fact that white men are routinely portrayed in movies and television as latent or inferior beta males, while black men are portrayed as these static alphas. I can see why some white guys might hit the eject button if he finds out his pretty little fair-skinned companion has been to the dark side. He's thinking of her being ravaged by this hulking, muscular super alpha with an eggplant emoji the size of a baseball bat. This is exactly why a lot of white men will not date white women who have dated black men. Very few would admit that out loud, but a lot of them really do feel this way. So when white men watch Matt James swapping spit with pretty white women, those girls are all but discarded from their lists. Don't believe me? After Lindsey Vonn dated Tiger Woods, white guys stayed away. Look at her face. Like, dude, she's blown away by this. Like, dude, she is shocked. She is really shocked. Only black men would date her exclusively, and now she's engaged to NHL star PK Subban.
Yeah, but how do you know that wasn't just her type? Huh.
Well, yes. Well, of course, yes. That is her type. Lindsey Vonn listen, Lindsey Vohn's type now is black guys, right? But that doesn't mean that she's not still considered to be, quote, tainted by white guys. Who is black? Then there.
I guess I'm marrying a black guy.
This is funny. She doesn't know it, but she is. She's gonna have to. Amber Rose. Because I'm gonna tell you what, any white guy she dates, if they find out that she dated a black guy, it is not, man, I'm trying to tell you, it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good. You know what, man? I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna have to put her up on game. Like, real talk. I'm gonna have to really put her up on game, because she really doesn't know. You think white guys are lining up to date?
I'll be the experiment. Well, Amber Rose, isn't she half black?
Her giving her doesn't matter, sweet cheeks. Doesn't matter. She's considered to be a white girl. Dating history? Look, I don't make the rules, but facts are facts. And at the end of the day, every white contestant on Matt James's season of The Bachelor will find it very difficult to find white men who will date or marry them. That's a difficult truth to acknowledge for these girls, but it is indeed the truth. Today's white men consistently show and tell white women that once they're marked as a wet and dirty shark, which is a derogatory label assigned to white girls who date black guys, she is then considered to be undateable, mudjark, and unmarriable. Now, white men would never admit this out loud or in a group, but black men are a threat to them in terms of dating market value. Yes, white guys are at the top of the dating market food chain, meaning that all things being equal, most white girls prefer white men. But conventional wisdom in their circles is that man for man, black men are physically superior, have more game, and are much better between the sheets than they are. Whether or not this is actually true doesn't seem to matter. But the fact of the matter is that mainstream media portrays black males as static alphas who generate tingles with every interaction they have with a woman. Then, like I previously discussed, when you factor in interracial adult films into the mix, where every black male actor has an enormous sausage, which of course further perpetuates the BBC myth, it's no... And no, I'm not talking about the British Broadcasting Channel. No wonder white dudes stay away from white girls who have come to the dark side even one time in their lives. So rather than admitting the truth about their dating market options, white girls use the word don't in place of the word can't. They do this to give themselves and the world the impression that they...
No. No, that's not true. I don't know. I've always just like...
This is funny.
This is my first black boyfriend, but that's always just been my type.
Okay, listen, I'm sure that black guys are your type, and if black guys are her type, that's a W for her. But if any white guy finds out that a black guy is her type, that's a wrap. Look at her, and you can see her. Hold on, let me rewind it a little bit. Watch her. Watch this.
This is my first.
This is funny. It's like you can, if you watch her face, it's almost like she's in denial. She's like, no, wait a minute. Is it true? Watch. To give themselves and the world the impression that they.
No.
Watch. Look.
No, that's not true. I don't know.
I don't know.
Always just like, this is my first black boyfriend, but that's always just been my type. I don't know.
Look, she's really thinking about it now. Go back to dating white guys if they wanted to.
No, there was a white guy that wanted to date me. I didn't want to date him.
Okay, but did he know you? Did he know that you were a did he yeah, I didn't think so.
But no. Okay.
No, she's in denial. This is funny. She's like, no, it can't be. That they probably couldn't if word got out about her proclivities to commingle with brothers. Here's another question. Is this really about race in the first place? In short, no. Let me give you a personal example. If I were interested in a woman, approached her, got her number, and set up a date, then listened to her swoon over her ex-boyfriend who stood at 6'5", 3% body fat, who was worth 7 figures, and had a 13-inch sausage, I would not set up a second date. You want to know something? His race wouldn't matter. Whether this mythical man were Asian, white, black, or Hispanic, his race would be of little or no consequence. The fact that I don't measure up statistically to her ex is what would keep me away, not his race. Today's white men live that make-believe scenario every time they see a good-looking white. Look at her face. Look at her face. Listen, I don't think that I think that she is in denial about this, but you can tell that this is not preposterous. You can tell. Girl holding hands with a black guy. No, they can't assume. Uh-oh, she's calling her brother. What? Oh my God, dude. Oh my fucking God. She's going to call her brother. What his net worth? She's going to text her brother. But if that guy's in decent shape. Oh, dude, I hope she tells us what he says. White guys automatically assume. Oh my God, this is it. She's like, I'm gonna text my brother. I want to see what he thinks. That he is plowing her senseless with his baseball bat-sized male organ. In a white guy's mind, look, she's doing it right now. That he'll never be able to smash her or take her on the. She's calling him right now. Emotional roller coaster ride.
I'm gonna see what my brother says.
Holy fucking shit! Oh my God, we've stumbled on a fucking gold mine. Oh, please pick up. The brother appears to be doing for her. If he saw a pretty white girl with a white guy who was tall,
I don't think he's answering.
Good-looking and self-assured, he'd probably answer the phone, motherfucker. Have those same assumptions. So this scarlet letter has more to do with the perceived persona of black men and less with our skin tone. Dude, she looks blown away. And you can tell, guys, listen, you can tell that she's not sure. You can tell she's not. She's like, no, this can't be. Well, then why would she want to call her brother? This is wonderful. She's like, hold on, I gotta call my brother. A while back, I did a podcast called Why Do Parents Discourage Their Teens from Interracial Dating? In that episode, I stated that if white fathers showed their daughters what a strong, masculine head of household was, rather than allowing themselves to her face, oh my God, to be bossed around and marginalized by their bossy wives, their daughters would be far less likely to date outside of their race, namely black guys. Another element I pointed out was that white fathers know that if their white daughters had a reputation for dating black men or black boys in high school, she would essentially take herself out of the running to secure a high-value white male, at least in the city or country they live in.
My dad literally does not care.
White fathers can say
sweetheart,
whatever they want.
cares.
They can give politically correct answers that
He
pass
cares.
in public. But deep down, they know that if their white daughters date, hook up with, marry, or even have a baby with a black man, her dating options would be greatly limited in that regard.
This is hilarious.
And guess what, white fathers? It's okay to feel this way. This isn't about race. It's about your daughter essentially rejecting men like you. It's the very same reason that black mothers lose. This is funny. This is funny as shit. So now she's like, my father literally does not care. And now she's probably texting her dad. Their minds. Now I will say this. In my opening monologue, right at the end, my opening theme is, of course your parents don't, of course your parents don't care that I'm a black guy. You're past the wall. Devin has told me, if you and I were in a relationship when we were teenagers, my dad would not like that. I mean, I'm not offended by that. That's just the way it is. My high school girlfriend, my high school sweetheart, Jill, her father, quote unquote, didn't like me. He hated the fact that we were dating. And listen, all these years later, I'm not saying what he did was right or wrong, but I understand why Jill's father had a problem with us dating. I do not hold that against him. I do not hold that against him at all. When their black sons, look, she's texting her dad. This is choose white women.
Trying my other brother.
Oh my God, she has two brothers.
If he answers.
Oh my God, I hope.
Oh, sorry, did I wake you
up? Oh my
up?
God. Hold up, I gotta turn this up. Hold up, I gotta turn this up. He answered the phone. Dude. Yo, this is must-see TV. Hold up. Oh my God, this is insane.
Kinda not really.
Okay, can I ask you just a quick question?
What?
It's a dating question, okay? Does it intimidate you if you date a girl or you're like interested in a girl and you find out her ex is like better looking, makes more money, like basically better?
Nope. She's not asking the right question. She's not asking the right question. She needs to say black guy. She's not asking the right question.
Every way than you.
No, because guess who's here now?
Okay, second question.
Oh, she.
No, because guess who's here now?
Okay, second question.
Here we go.
Do you care if like she's dated black guys before?
No.
Okay, that's it.
It's very racist.
Stop the cap.
That doesn't mean you're racist. That does not mean you're racist, man. Listen, guys, listen. This does not, like, if you're a white guy, and again, dude, there are black guys who wouldn't date white girls if he found out she dated other black dudes. They're out there. Dude, I knew. Man, brothers are like, listen, I date white girls, but if she's dated other black dudes, I'm staying away. Real talk. Real motherfucking talk, dude. And now her brother, of course, is giving her the politically correct. Wait a minute, no, that's racist. No, it has nothing to do with being racist. It has nothing to do with being racist.
Racist thought.
No, here's a topic on the show that, like, white guys won't date a girl that, white guys won't date a girl if she, like, is known for dating black guys. So I was just wondering, for you.
It's a very racist thing.
Yeah.
He's not saying no. He says that's racist. But trust me, her brother cares.
No, I agree. I was just wondering.
Of course, you agree.
Reagan has a black ex, and I think Katie had a black ex-boyfriend too, but not actually sure on the second one.
Okay. Okay, thanks. I'm gonna finish my video.
Alright, bye.
Bye.
Hell, even I can admit that if I had a daughter, I'd feel some type of way if she chose to be with a white guy. Does that make me a racist? No, it makes me a human being. The once you go black trope is the quintessential example of women not acknowledging the truth about their status in the dating market if they are ever labeled as the white girl who dates black dudes. And that truth is that once she is dude, look how uncomfortable she is. She knows her brother, and dude, she has a black boyfriend, right? She has a black boyfriend. Of course her brother's not gonna tell her, well, no, he's not gonna tell her the truth. You kidding me? Labeled as such, short of moving to another state and starting anew with new friends, erasing all Facebook or other social media pictures, she will be all but invisible to white men. This is why she's watching the entire video. Oh my God, I cannot wait to talk to this girl. I would agree with this assertion. White girls can act like they have the option to go back if they chose to by proudly proclaiming they won't. But I've always said that women are far more aware of the truth regarding intersexual dynamics than men will ever be. And it is for this reason alone that they understand very clearly that once they go black, they can't go back. So white guys, am I wrong about you guys staying away from white girls if they've messed with black guys? Or are you going to admit the truth? And white girls...
This is the thing I hate about the manosphere. Like, they are the keepers of truth. They know all the answers.
Yes, actually, we do. Toots, we do. What extents do you guys go to cover up your dark side escapades? I'd be very interested to find out. And don't forget, if you want...
Sometimes the manosphere is weird. If a white dude and a woman live in the same community and everyone in their circle knows she has a history of black dudes,
there it is.
That's not going to be any relationship the white dudes will probably smash, but that's it. If they live in a large city or move out of town and no one knows, it won't be as big of a deal. But it's wise for the woman to keep quiet about that history if she wants a relationship.
If she has a mixed kid, that guy says, that's it. That's it. Done.
In-group preferences all over the world that isn't unique to black, white. Okay, well, after watching a few of Kevin Samuel's podcasts and seeing the woman
who can blame black men. Yeah, he says after watching a few Kevin Samuel's podcasts and seeing the way black women behave, who can blame black men for wanting to date out?
The history of saying once you go black was intended to serve as a warning to white women who would befall them and should opt for the chocolate doing. They're ostracized from respectable society and all of its benefits. Notice this was never said or directed or forced when white men got with black women.
Right. Of course it was. Of course it the same thing does not apply. If a white girl is dating a white guy and he found out and she found out that she had dated that and he found out or she found out that he had dated a black woman, that has absolutely positively no bearing on their relationship. He is not tainted at all. She doesn't consider him to be tainted. No, this is a reason why guys fuck and women get fucked. I'm telling you, this is purely a sexual thing. And anybody who denies this is lying. Her brother lied to her, and who wouldn't? But it says right there. He just told her.
Interested to see like the actual data on this.
The actual data. So we're gonna so that's what we're doing. Data, guys. We don't need data, man. Maybe she needs to go to Maybe she needs to go to Reddit.
I would guess that's probably more prevalent in like the older generation because most of the people he was like mentioning are a little bit older. But even like me, and maybe half the manosphere never believes me, but there was a white guy who definitely wanted to date me.
I believe you. I believe there was a white guy that wanted to date you, but my guess is that he probably did not know that you had dated black guys, and if he did, his value is probably not high.
And he like knew I'd like dated a black guy before, and then. Sorry, I'm just thinking. But
see, now she's thinking.
I don't know. I don't really care. I just date people I like. Anyways, let me know in the comments if you guys agree or disagree with this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Ring
yes,
the
sir.
Bell, and I will talk to you guys next.
Oh boy, we're about to make some history, y'all. We are about to make some motherfucking history, and I think she'll come on to the show. I think she will come on the show. I really do. I really do believe that she will come on to the show. I think that she would. I think she would. This is just human nature. This is just human nature. Dre Raven said, consider it this way. If you were interviewing, this is on the Sharpe stream side. He said, if you were interviewing for a job/role, whatever, where significant portion of the selection criteria, who is the biggest, strongest, most athletic, coolest candidate? If while you were waiting to interview, you saw 5 guys bigger, stronger, more athletic, etc., than you coming out of the interview office, what would your confidence level of beating the other candidates out would be? Exactly. Malik says on the Sharpe stream side, yeah, another thing, she consistently uses exceptions to the rule. Yeah, there was a white guy who wanted to date me this one time. Nope, I'm telling you, it's over. It is over. RPAP says, I think the problem with her is that she is a literal unicorn. Wealthy dad means she is probably going to be set up for life. And while guys generally don't date for money, if you find out she comes from a 5% family, that is going to matter no matter where you are. So it's possible that she hasn't faced a backlash from white guys she might want to date, because they'll weigh the options and say, yeah, she messed with black guys, but her family's got bank. I can easily forget that. If that's the case, then that's a low-value guy. That is absolutely a low-value guy. I really and truly do believe that. Wow, dude, I'm telling you, I want to get her on the show as soon as possible. This was fantastic. Like, if you watch her facial expressions throughout, you could see, no, this isn't true, is it? Oh, but it is. Oh, but it is. Wow. This is going to be fucking awesome. Mr. Got Plenty, $5, I think. I already read this. He said she was on Fresh and Fit. She has beef with them now. Yeah, big surprise there. Laundromat, $5, says, dude, you have to get her on the show. I think it would be dope for sure. And keep giving us the fire, homie. I sure will. Mr. Shane Vicious, $2, says, no, that's not true. That's impossible, right? Lord Sinister 707 says, I have to see that show you do with her. Yo, this is gonna be epic. I cannot wait. Mr. Shane Vicious says she looks like Vader just told her he's her father. Right? Daddy Dame, $5, says she's officially going red pill. She's watching her content with the same intensity I do. I know that face. It's realization of truths never realized. Wow. Hold up. Wow. Mr. Shane Vicious, $2, says if she dated nothing but black men, then I'd pass. And I'm black. Yeah, dude, me too. If I found out that a white girl dated nothing but black dudes, I wouldn't date her. Fuck that. And I'm black. I'm tall. I'm tall. I have I make good money. I've got a 2-inch sausage, so another guy didn't have a bigger sausage than I do. Technomage B5, $5, says RP is based on truth. Operating with the true data allows us to get results. That's why we're here in the first place. Daddy Dame says she believes it's true. She's just upset at how it was delivered. Hard truths, I'm trying to tell you. Wow, dude, this is going to be epic. Dude, I cannot wait to get this chick on my show, because I think that this is going to be a splash of cold water. Holy shit. Oh, that was wonderful. Okay, let's get back to the Kevin Samuels video. and continue the breakdown. Nice little diversion there.
Hello.
Hello.
How old are you?
38.
Excuse me.
Hold on. She said she was 38.
So what do you have on the topic?
The topic is, are we in toxic relationships?
Yeah, I said my position is I think a lot of women are in toxic relationships with themselves and with other women.
Okay. I can agree that at one point I may have been in a toxic relationship to myself.
Okay. That's with myself.
What do you mean?
Well, she just being not confident in myself and insecurities and stuff like that.
Okay.
What does being in a toxic relationship with yourself have to do with lack of confidence and lack of security? Right? I don't know. I mean, listen. Maybe Kevin didn't mention what he believed a toxic relationship was in terms of women being in toxic relationships with themselves, but I don't think this woman knows or understands what Kevin means. Just because you don't have confidence or you don't understand your true value or whatever that is, that doesn't mean that you're in a toxic relationship. Just because you're keeping it real with yourself about the fact that you aren't confident and the fact that you really ain't shit unless you do something about it, that's not toxic. That actually sounds like a pretty healthy relationship to me. Real talk. Real talk.
You have any children?
4.
Oh!
4.
There it is. 38 years old, 4 children. 38 years old, 4 kids. Game over. Game over, guys.
Have you been married?
Can I be off camera, please? I'm in my night clothes.
No. Can I be off camera, please? I'm embarrassed. Her being in her night clothes ain't got nothing to do with her not wanting to be on camera.
Okay. Have you been married?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Are your children from marriage?
Yes.
So I'm assuming you're divorced now?
Soon to be, but
so she just filed the divorce papers. Interesting.
Can I get off the camera though? Because
bitch, like, what the fuck? You're off the goddamn camera.
I'm in my night
clothes. You're off camera.
Okay, great. Because I don't want the trolls to come for me in the comments.
I said as soon as you said it, I took you off.
Why are you looking at the comments
anyway? So, okay, so when you were toxic, what's changed?
I'm sorry?
What's changed?
Well, for one, I'm out of the situation that I felt like had a lot to do with it.
That I felt like had a lot to do with it. Guys see that?
The reason why I was toxic.
So you were toxic because of somebody else?
Uh-oh, the blame game.
Well, no, because I
well, which is it?
Came into this.
Look, see, now Kevin's confused. He's like, well, wait a minute. You're either toxic or not. Like, which is it?
Situation, already having issues.
Stop the cap.
Listen, man, this woman is just capping. Like, I can tell she's capping. I don't know what she's capping about, but she's capping. So I figured I'd give her a...
Stop the cap.
What the French toast
is going on.
So, no, but that certainly did not help.
Okay, I'm a little confused. So you agree with the premise that women are in toxic relationships with themselves or with others, and what I thought I heard you say was, yeah, because I can relate because I was toxic to myself because of insecurities and things like that.
Yes, I still do have some things that I'm working on because, like I said, I'm just now getting out of that situation. So I'm still learning and growing.
Getting out of that situation.
So, but I'm hearing you say your marriage made your insecurities and things worse.
Right.
Is that what I'm
most
hearing?
definitely, because what I'm saying is that I was not a whole person to begin with.
What does that mean? I was not a whole person to begin with. What does that mean? Right? Like, what does that mean? I was not a whole person to begin with. No, you're not a whole person to begin with. You're a woman. And a woman needs a man to complete her. See, this is the problem with modern women. They think that they need to have all their shit together, financially, confidence-wise, in order to be with a man. No, no. You need to be fit, feminine, and cooperative. That's it. That's it. Dude, you can be fit, feminine, cooperative, no kids, blah, 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 blah. Dude, if you're living with your mom and dad, great. Even better. That means you're less likely to be fucking around. That's what that is. So when a woman says, I wasn't a whole person, that's an excuse. That's an excuse because I guarantee you, if Kevin asked her, listen, well, what do you define as a whole person? She'd be bouncing all around talking about stuff that has nothing to do with really being a whole person. Just basically, I wasn't a whole person when I married my husband. Translation, I went out of my relationship. That's all this is. Yeah, Devin said it in the chat. Psychobabble Cobb salad. Yeah, that's it.
And then I went into that situation, and that certainly did not help.
See, she's being too non-specific here. Like, she's not just telling us straight up what happened, and she's doing this on purpose. Why? Well, because she is every bit as responsible for the breakup of this relationship as her soon-to-be ex-husband. Listen, man, I'm not going to sit here and say that her husband's not at fault. Because when a relationship ends or goes awry, it's a two-way street. Like, no man or woman is ever just perfect in a relationship. And men and women alike, they'll always oh yeah, my ex was trash. Oh, she was trash, she did this and she did that. Well, you got fat. You didn't put her in check, and you allowed her to go to spring break where she fucked this douchebag, Alex, who drove a badass black Audi A5, Quattro, and lived in a Vegas penthouse right on the strip. Then women are like, well, my boyfriend wasn't shit, da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, but you didn't tell him that you were always flirting with other guys, and you flew to Vegas and fucked this douchebag named Alex, who lives in a fly-ass Vegas high-rise and drives a badass car. You didn't tell him that, did you? Oh, wait a minute, you didn't have to. He found out. Enough of this, it's all his fault or all her fault. No, man, take responsibility. Shit. Like, I talk about this all the time, man. When I was married to Darcy, she was a terrible wife. Terrible fucking wife. Guess what? I was a bad husband. I was fat. I was undisciplined. I was whiny. Of course she was a terrible wife. I was a bad husband. I sucked.
All right. Are you in any counseling?
I have been off and on, and I'm open to doing that.
Stop the cap.
I have been off and on. That means
nope.
Like, really? Come on.
How old is your youngest child?
13.
So I have to ask.
Uh-oh.
Why not? I have to ask. Why not do counseling while in your marriage?
That's a good question.
We did.
Kevin.
I'm talking about you individually.
Oh, I did. We did.
No. See this? No. Listen to this. So Kevin asks a very good question. Why didn't you do counseling while you were married? And by the way, guys, this is another place where Kevin and I diverge. Once you're in marriage counseling, your marriage is over. It's over. Marriage counseling is simply a stepping stone for a woman. It's simply a stepping stone for a woman. When your wife says, hey, maybe we should do marriage counseling, relationship's already over. She just wants to be able to tell the judge and her lawyer, look, we tried everything. We did couples counseling and everything, and it still didn't work. But what they don't tell the judge and their lawyer is that it was never really meant to work. It was never meant to work. She was just doing it to just check it off her list because she made the decision to divorce her husband 6 months ago when she started fucking her personal trainer, Brad, down at the 24-hour fitness.
Not do counseling while in your marriage.
We did.
See? We did. No, she didn't. Mm-mm.
Stop the cap.
No, she's capping. This is all cap.
I'm talking about you individually.
Oh, I did. We did.
Stop the cap.
See, we tried everything and it still didn't work.
Group, and then we also did individual.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You said you were off and on. What's the longest you've ever been in?
For me, probably like 6 months.
Oh my God, dude.
Stop the cap.
This woman is capping all over. For me, I would probably say 6 months. The stuttering, the hesitation, the nice round number. Come on, man.
Okay.
Yeah, Ice Dragon Kid said it's just a step to convince herself she tried. This is just like the woman. This is just like the fat woman who buys a treadmill. She buys little weights. She buys the insanity workout. She does it for a couple days, then gives up. Then when she goes to get her gastric bypass, she can say, well, I tried everything, doctor. I exercised every day. I ate right.
Stop the cap.
It's all cap. She just wanted the shortcut. She wanted the easy way out. That's why she bought all that stuff. To tell the doctor and all of her friends and family and herself, I tried everything and nothing worked.
I'll make a suggestion based on what I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm.
Is you kind of recognizing issues, but you gotta stick. You gotta do the work.
There it is.
Yep.
We all have something with us, And if you're married with 4 kids and you're saying you brought stuff into the marriage, brought your own thing in there with you, right?
Yes.
You brought your own insecurities, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I agree.
And what you're saying is they got worse in the marriage.
Right.
Okay, well, if you actually did the work, do you not see the marriage getting better as you get better?
Nope.
And the reason why is because she already had her mind made up. She already had her mind made up. Here's what's happening. This woman has gone to Dr. Now. Dr. Now Zarden, he's the famous doctor, My 600-Pound Life. Right? I don't know if you guys watch that stuff, but Dev and I, we watch My 600-Pound Life all the time. And it's a show about fat people who want to get gastric bypass surgery. Right? And they'll tell Dr. Now, oh, I did everything, I tried everything, and nothing works. And that's why I need gastric bypass surgery, the lap band, the sleeve, whatever the case may be. Dr. Now is not here for the foolishness. He's like, you know what? No, you need to lose the weight, and then I'll approve you. Because I'm not going to give you this gastric bypass surgery if you're just going to extend your stomach again. No, you need to change your habits, change your lifestyle. This woman is at Dr. Now's office telling him that I've tried everything. What else can I do? That's literally what this is.
No, because I don't mean to go into
See that? Work. Listen.
Do you not see the marriage getting better?
See? What he's asking her is, listen, if you both did counseling together, do you not see the marriage getting better? Watch, listen.
As you get better?
No, because...
See that? No, because I already made my decision, Kevin. I already made my decision. I decided I wanted out of this relationship a long time ago. That's why I'm here calling you as a 38-year-old woman with 4 kids.
I don't mean to go into, like you said, the blame game, because I do follow you and watch you. It was the both of us.
Right, but if you got your help.
I can promise you she's not telling her friends and family that it was the both of them. I can promise you that. She's telling all her friends, family, cousin, Keisha and Nim, that nigga ain't shit. That's what that is. I was the perfect wife and this and that.
And he got his help. If you both got healthy individually, by extension, you get better together.
I understand where you're coming from, but...
Yes, I understand where you're coming from, Kevin, but what she's not telling Kevin is that she already wants out of the relationship. She's got her mind made up. And Kevin is pro-family. He's like, look, bitch. Look, don't just bail out. And she keeps giving him excuses.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand about keeping families together and not divorcing because we're unhealthy.
There it is.
You had 4 babies with a man. Yep. And like with otherwise, whatever your issues are, that's what it is. But you're 30 how old?
I'm 38.
38 with 4 kids out there. That's you still got a lot of life left.
No. Correction, Kevin. 38 with 4 kids means it's game over for her on the dating market. Yeah, she's got a lot of life left, but she ain't got no options.
Do you understand where I'm kind of going with this? That if you could
let her know, hey, you're 38 with 4 kids. Not a lot of options out there for you. But she keeps telling him, no. I was toxic. He was toxic. It's time to go.
See, we're so quick to try to fix ourselves and leave the other person. We give up on each other.
There it is.
But then we still got kids.
That's right.
That's why if you said, yeah, I was in therapy and I was in individual therapy for years and he wouldn't go, but when I'm hearing that we had group and I was in for 6 months in and out, it's like, well, you got to give it longer than a half a year.
See, the reason why, number one, Kevin, and see, Kevin knows that this woman has never been to counseling. He knows this, right? Now he's not gonna. He doesn't call women out on lies they're telling if he can't prove it. That's why he asks them a series of questions. He'll sharp angle them, and then the truth eventually comes out. This is what I was talking about when I was debating with Goose Day. A lot of you go, "Why didn't you cook her?" Because sometimes there are some things that you're just not going to get past. Just let it go. Kevin knows this woman is lying. So now what he's telling her is, okay, 6 months still ain't enough. Even though I know you're capping, 6 months ain't enough. You can't just give up on your marriage, right? He is trying to get her to say, look, just say you want out of the relationship for whatever reason. But Kevin is pro-family, and he's not about to give her that easy way out.
Especially you got 4 kids in the marriage.
Real talk.
I mean, am I missing something here?
See?
I mean,
Yeah, you are. You are miss. It is a few things. Let's just say this without putting, my business all out there because they have, people have already seen my face. But what I'm saying is this.
no one sees your face.
Well, I mean before, I'm saying before. But what I'm saying is it was toxic. At this point, there is no salvaging anything. It was.
See? At this point, there's no salvaging anything. Exactly. Like, she's not going into details because there is no detail. That's why. Well, without going into details, remember the bitch the other day? Well, Kevin, you're making assumptions. Well, you don't have the details. Then Kevin said, okay, give me the details on why you're on what your husband wasn't doing to make you happy. Well, I don't want to go into details. Come on, man.
Toxic the whole way through.
Here we go. Toxic the whole way through.
You see what I'm saying? It's like.
Are you guys effectively
Stop the
co-parenting then?
cap.
Yes, we are. And our kids are teenagers. All 4 of them are teenagers.
Okay.
Yeah. See that? Yes, we're effectively co-parenting, but all 4 of our kids are teenagers. She wants Kevin to give her permission to go sleep around. That's what she's looking for. She's not looking for a solution. She wants Kevin Samuels to give her permission to go sleep around. Well, Kevin, I tried everything. We've been to marriage counseling. It was toxic the whole way through. And all of our kids are teenagers, so what do you say, Kev? Can I get your blessing?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean,
But I did have a question for you, though, before you click me off the line, if.
Oh, gee, I wonder what that question is.
I guess. I mean, you're kind of halfway out the screen. What is it? I mean, you're not really participating. You kind of doing your own thing. So why am I going to answer your questions? What?
Okay, well. Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm doing this thing. What's the question? Though? Go ahead.
Okay, so I know
MJ's right. She's looking like, why? Go ahead. Go ahead.
I know you talked a lot about the danger zone and stuff like that. So I'm not, like you said, I still have a lot of life to live, and I don't
see this. You talk about the danger zone. I still have a lot of life to live. This woman wants permission to go sleep around.
want to be lonely. So, like in a situation like that, would I still be considered in the danger zone?
Danger zone is the age between 27 and 35, where women need to.
27 and 35. This bitch is 38 with 4 kids. It's over.
Focus like a laser on what kind of outcomes they want. That's what the danger zone is. 27 to 35, where women.
Dev said 4 kids. The youngest is 13, yet they're all teenagers. Well, Devin, I am 6 years older than my youngest brother. When I was 19, he was 13. My sister was 17, and my brother and sister were both 16. So it is possible. It's possible. But I hear what you're saying. You know what? You might be right, Dev. Hang on a second. She's 38 years old with 4 kids. Let's do some math here. So she's 38 years old with 4 kids, and her youngest is 13. So so her youngest is 13, right? So she had her last child at 25 years old, and all of her kids are teenager. I mean, listen, unless she was having them back to back to back. But I you know what? I'm with Dev. I think what she is doing is she's looking for permission to sleep around. All of our kids are teenagers. It was toxic the whole way through. We did individual counseling and group counseling. Nothing worked. There is nothing else to salvage. Not going to get into details, Kevin, but it's over. Everything, according to her, she feels like this is the perfect scenario for Kevin Samuels to give her permission to go and sleep around. That's it. That's what this is. She wants permission to sleep around.
Women need to focus like a laser on the relational outcomes they want, because life starts making choices. You're 38. 36 to 60 is called no man's land.
Yep.
Because there are no men there.
Nope.
And at 38 with 4 kids, you don't have a lot of men in front of you.
Kevin's being nice. Kevin's being nice. There are no men out there. No man wants to commit to a 38-year-old woman with 4 kids. It ain't happening. It's not happening. See, listen, when Kevin talks to me, he keeps it real. He keeps it all the way real. And I understand Kevin he has to handle these women with kid gloves at this point. He doesn't want to be seen as mean or heartless. He's, But he actually called me. This is funny. He actually called me 10 minutes before he did this live stream. Or I called him and he picked up, or he called me and I didn't realize. I was like, oh shit, you're about to be on in 10 minutes. Or he's like, no, you got a question. I said, well, look, I think I know what my style personality is. And he said, okay, well, what is it? I think it's this, Vice City, blah, 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 blah. With the sunglasses and the Cuban pants. And Kevin kind of chuckled. And he said, Donovan, as your friend, when he precedes a sentence with Donovan as your friend, I know he's about to keep it a stack. He said, Donovan, as your friend, that's not a style personality. That's not a style personality. So much for that.
Period. 36.
What am I supposed to do? I mean,
There it is. What am I supposed to do? There it is. There it is.
Go back to your husband.
There it is.
That's what you asked. Okay, you asked, right? You asked. That's why I'm going to tell you what you asked. Ma'am, you laid down and made 1, 2, 3, 4 human beings with another person.
Yes.
You were flawed. He was flawed.
Uh-huh.
Y'all need to get your flaws together individually and as a group family. And go on off and be a flawed ass family.
There you go. All right. So, looks like Just Pearly Things is in the chat. Nah, just kidding. I don't Don DeMarco for women. She says, I reacted to your Are White Girls Tainted video. 2 girls from Matt James season have proposals from white men. Let's talk. Yeah, we can definitely talk, JPT, but, sweetheart, the exception doesn't make the rule. Are there white men who date white women who have commingled with black guys? Sure. Are there white guys who date white girls who know that she is a yes. Those are the exceptions to the rule, and as we all know, the exception does not make the rule. Anybody can point out the exceptions to the rule. Anybody can point that out. But man for man, the vast majority, I don't even know I don't even need percentages or studies. I don't need percentages or studies. Go to Reddit. Go to Reddit and you'll see dude, put the question on Reddit. And the reason why Reddit's a good place to do this is because people are 100% anonymous. They can be truthful under the shroud of anonymity. I think this will be a good conversation. I think Just Pearly Things. I think she's in shock. I think she's in shock, man. I think she's in shock. But yeah, that'll be a great podcast. I think that'll be a good discussion. And RIP Mike, $5 says it's true. My ex dated a black guy, but his picture looked Middle Eastern. Then I found out she went to hug me in the kitchen. I pushed her off me. Face Facts, $5 says these women don't want marriage. They want the divorce package. They're just annoyed less men are signing up. Yeah, no one is going to sign up to date. No one's going to sign up to date a 38-year-old woman with faux kids. Just Pearly Things, another $2 super chat. Appreciate that. Yeah. Definitely, let's talk. I'd like to make that happen as soon as possible. I'm going to go open up the phone lines while we finish out this Kevin Samuels video. 516-387-1987. I want to know what your thoughts are. On Just Pearly Things response to my response. Listen, this is funny. So I did a reaction to her reaction to my video. That's pretty cool. White guys, brothers, call in 516-387-1987. Call me up and tell me you can remain anonymous. Actually, black guys, white guys, if you found out a girl dated one black dude or dated nothing but black dudes, there are levels to this stuff. Is she considered tainted? Is she considered tainted in your in your eyes? Let's continue the video.
Instead of going to, you asked, instead of thinking you're going to go off and visit that flaw on somebody else. I don't know why women think that as you get older and have had kids, you can get better than you already had. Your value goes down as you get older with use.
See that? See? What Kevin is telling her, he's like, look, baby girl, look, you ain't got options like that. You ain't got options like that. You're 38 years old with 4 kids. Ain't nobody trying to, and no man of value is trying to date that. No man of value is trying to date you. She thinks it's going to be better out here than it was before. Hell no. Hell no.
So to think you're going to get this great, wonderful man at 40 plus.
Oh, just for early things, don't call in. I'd actually like to have this conversation with both of us on the screen. Get with Devin. You guys can work that out, and we'll make it happen. But I don't want to have this discussion over the phone. I'd rather have this live face to face.
Is not supported by the numbers.
Well, okay. Well, I guess I'll just get a dog and just die alone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you do for a living?
Uh-oh.
What do you do for a living?
I do office work, administrative assistant.
Administrative? Did you go to college?
No.
You ain't gonna get a dog and die alone. You're gonna get a dog in a cardboard box.
Oh, damn.
I mean, I'm not joking, man. Oh my God. How you gonna get? I mean, seriously. How you gonna get to the end of life on one income if you don't making you in high school education?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, let's just talk real. You got a high school education.
Just for early things, $5 has must have missed the email. No problem. I think the younger generation doesn't care as much. I'll look for it, but let's talk live. Okay.
I did what you said to do. I, took advantage of my hot girl years and, you know what I mean, and got married and had my kids. Like,
see that? See that? Now we understand why she has the 7-year itch. This is what happens. This is what happens when women sleep around, guys. This is what happens when women sleep around. Women who sleep around. Women who sleep around do not make good wives, mothers, and girlfriends. I'm trying to tell you. She did her 20. She fucked around her. Well, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on a minute. Hold up. I think we caught her in a lie.
I was
Got a high school education.
Listen to this.
I did what you said to do. I, took advantage of my hot girl years and, you know what I mean, and got married and had my kids like I was supposed to.
No.
I thought she said her 20s because she had her last. Now, here's the thing. Oh, yeah, we've definitely caught her in a lie. We've caught her in a lie, guys. Her youngest child is 13 years old. Her youngest is 13 years old. She's got 4 kids. The youngest is 13 years old. Okay? So she had her last child at 25. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, that her kids are a year apart. And we know that's not true. But let's say that they're separated by an average of about a year and a half. So 25 minus 1.5. So she had her second to last kid at 23 and a half years old. She had her second kid at 22. Had her first kid right about the age of 20. She had her first kid at 20, had her last kid at 25, according to her. But she says she took advantage of her hot girl years and then got married. Sweetheart, how many hot girl years did you have if you had your first kid at 20 years old? Oh, I know. She didn't. This is why we know this woman is lying. This woman is lying to Kevin so that Kevin can tell her what she wants to hear. All my kids are teenagers, which means well, all my kids are teenagers, so you don't have to worry about it. You won't have to worry about my kids. We went to counseling, like everything just seems to just fit perfectly. Everything, well, all my kids are teenagers, Kevin, so yeah, men will still want to date me. Nope. Wrong answer. This woman slept around, then she got married, And now we're surprised that after 4 kids and how many years of marriage, she wants out. For no other reason but that she used to be a hoe. Guys, this is why we teach what we teach. This is why we teach what we teach, man. This woman, once a hoe, always a hoe. You cannot turn a hoe into a housewife, guys. You can't do it. You can't do it. Well, what about Devin? She used to be a hoe. Yes, she did, but she's not a housewife. Devin will never, ever be my wife because you can't turn a... Listen, shout out to Dev. Love you to death, sweetheart. But the same goes true with everything. The same goes... Listen, I say this all the time, guys. Your wives, your girlfriends are all hoes. Your wife used to be a hoe. Your girlfriend used to be a hoe. My girlfriend used to be a hoe. Guess what? It is what it is. There's nothing special about me. There's nothing special about me at all. Do not think for 1 second. Don't think for 1 second that what your girl gets from you, she can't get from anybody else's, plural. Well, I give her X, Y, and Z. Guess what? She'll go out and get guys A, B, and C to meet all of her needs. Don't get it twisted. Oops.
You didn't do what I said to do.
No, sir.
What I would say to do is get your issues and understand them and stay with your husband.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing exactly opposite of what I say and what I recommend doing, because now, structurally, ma'am, let's just look at it structurally. 4 children.
Yep.
Okay? Regardless of the age, there are 4 of them. You have a high school education, so you're not a high earner. Okay? How tall are you? No one can see you.
I'm fit. I'm 5'3".
Dress size?
About a 4.
Stop the cap.
About a 4, which means she's probably a size 8. She's had 4 kids? No, I don't think so. You ain't no size 4, sweetheart.
So you are physically fit and a cute woman. But she's still men looking to take someone seriously. A man who's age appropriate. They're not going to be any more children. So if a long-term relationship is a man is going to look at your previous relationship. How long were you with your husband?
Uh-oh.
We were together off and on for like 16 years.
Off and on for 16 years. Oh, boy, dude. The hits just keep on coming. Off and on for 16 years. Well, if she's been with her husband off and on for 16 years and she had her kid at about the age of 20 years old, she's been with her husband since she was 22. Which means she had a baby daddy when her husband met her. Guys, listen, man, you can't make this stuff up. Kevin says it all the time. You let a woman talk long enough, eventually she will tell on herself. We got Joe in Boston, Apollo in Pittsburgh, and Ray from Kansas City, Missouri coming up shortly here. Hang tight, guys.
Right. So he's going to ask you why. He's going to ask you the fair question. Why? What kind of chance would I have with you if you were with somebody for 16 years and have 4 kids? If you don't have a track record to show you're better than you were. That's why I say you got to go. Healing, the work, the individual therapy is going to have to be done if you want a future with anyone.
There you go.
I agree. I
so
agree.
this is why when you say 6 months, I'm like, well,
that's not long enough.
6 months is a formula for just a bunch of fractured kind of situationships until they run its course. That's why I'm a big fan of not wrecking homes, because is you said you guys are effectively co-parenting, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Is he married again?
No.
You guys live in the same city?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Is there any restraining orders or any court orders to keep you guys separated?
No, not at the, I just filed the papers. So
see that? Just filed the papers. When she says off and on for 16 years, this means that she cheated, he found out, and dumped her. Yeah, she just wants to jump on the meat merry-go-round, guys. That's really what this comes down to.
No.
Y'all need to go. I'm sorry. Get your ass into some counseling. Get him in some counseling. You need to get back with your husband. I'm being honest. Get back with your husband.
Real talk.
Oh my gosh.
MJ, will you look at MJ's face, please? Look at MJ. MJ is looking. MJ, tell her.
Soldier boy, tell him.
Tell her. You have 4 kids, man, and been with somebody 16 years.
Man.
It ain't better out here.
I see. No.
So you better go back to the devil you know.
Oh.
You ain't, but you a demon yourself.
Yes, sir.
You ain't no. Yo, come on, man. Come on now.
See that?
Your kids would rather see mom and daddy together. Your grandkids. I mean, seriously. I hate to see people with this many kids that long together who haven't even done the work. See, if you'd have said, sleep in
different beds in the bedroom. Do something.
I was in therapy. He was in therapy. We were in therapy together. We did our best. We tried. We really did. It just don't work out. But you can't even tell your family, we really did everything. We tried.
That's because they didn't, Kevin. She's telling you she's talking a bunch of hooey. I don't believe for 1 second that both of them went to marriage counseling. I think that's cap.
Stop the cap.
I think she is being dishonest.
You gotta do that. You're only 38. You gotta do that because the next men are gonna be like, well, damn. I ain't got 4 kids and 16 years and what's she gonna do when she ain't? I'm just telling you. MJ, go ahead. I'm gonna mute you. I'm not.
All right. So, let me see here. All right. So the Red Pill Mike phone lines are open. 516-387-1987. 516-387-1987. If you would like to comment, on the Kevin Samuels video, or comment on what's her name? Just Pearly Things reaction, my reaction to Pearly Things reaction to my video. 516-387-1987. If you are calling from outside of the U.S., 001-516-387-1987. Zach Redpillar, $5, says, white and young. It's not the race of the man, it's the caliber. Skeeter and Bubba are just as bad as Pookie and Ray Ray. Black men just have worse stats at the moment. No, I disagree. If a white guy finds out that a white girl dated someone from the trailer park, he's not worried about that. He ain't worried about that. He's just not. That's not going to affect his decision one way or another. If he finds out she dated DeAndre from the hood, that's going to be a problem. And listen, man, a lot of white guys are afraid to say that would be a factor. Like that would, like they wouldn't stay away. But they would, because they don't date white girls who used to date black guys. They just don't. If white, and I'll tell you, you know what? I'll put it to you this way. White guys who have any value at all. Now, listen, I'll tell you this. I bet you Skeeter and Bubba would date Brittany if they found out that Brittany dated DeAndre. Because Skeeter and Bubba are low caliber dudes. Listen, the lower caliber you are, the less selective you get to be. But if you're a high caliber white guy, a white guy who's worth a damn, dating a white woman or considering a white woman, guess what? If she finds out you fucked around with Tyrone, it's over. It's a wrap. Say whatever you want. You can be politically correct. But guys, dude, go to Reddit. I'm trying to tell you. All right, let us go to Joe in Boston. Joe in Boston, you're on Live with Donovan. Go ahead.
Hey, what's going on, Donovan?
Not too much, man. How you doing?
Doing all right. I just wanted to come to the show, let you know how much I enjoy the show, and I love what you're doing, man.
Cool, I appreciate it, man. How long have you been listening?
So I just came back from work. I think I've been listening for a good 30 minutes now or so.
Overall.
I got in when you were... Huh?
I mean, overall. How long have you been watching my show, overall? When did you start watching my show?
Oh, overall. ever since you got onto the Fresh and Fit show, like when that famous clip with Kevin Samuels roasting that chick about
yes, Amanda.
After that, started watching you.
Wow, very good. Yeah, that was crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a sight to behold. That was funny.
Good stuff. Let me ask you this, Joe. Now, are you a white guy?
No, I'm actually Dominican, but I consider myself black.
Oh, you consider yourself black? Okay. Well, let me ask you. You're a Dominican. You're a Dominican black guy. If you were interested in a white girl and you found out that she dated black guys or dated a black guy, would you consider her to be viable for a long-term relationship, or would it not matter?
It depends on the black guy. She was fucking with Pookie and Ray Ray. Yeah, that would be a problem. But any black guy, not really. Because like I said, I'm black myself, so I don't really see it that way.
Okay.
But if it was Pookie and Ray Ray, I'm like, ooh, the niggas slinging drugs of it? Oh,
yep.
I don't know about that.
Nope, I'm with you. Okay. Well, thanks for your honesty, Joe. I appreciate it. So yeah. Oh, sorry about that, Joe. I guess I cut him off a little later. So yeah, it depends on the caliber of the black guy, right? All right. So basically, if she fucked around or dated hood niggas, and let's get specific now. Let's get specific now. It depends upon the caliber. Now, if she dated a hood nigga, she's definitely out of the running. However, let's not get it twisted. Let's just say that the black guy she dated was not a hood nigga. Let's just say that he was a high earner, drove a nice car, dressed well, etc., etc. Guess what? She'd still be off limits. I'm trying to tell you. Dalton Turner says Reddit is the Google for female nature. Yeah, we need to pull up some Reddit stuff. All right, let's go to Apollo in Pittsburgh. Apollo, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
All right, Donovan, how you doing?
Doing real good, man. What's going on?
All right, yeah, just would comment on the girly things that, what you're talking about is absolutely right, especially now that I've been dating on the market for a long time and that I'm in my 40s with dating women, in their mid to late 30s, 40s, white girls. A lot of them saying, I'm the first black guy they've been with or talked to, because in their younger days, if they would have tried to, they would have been ostracized or shunned or, would have looked bad from their family and friends, so they didn't, but they fantasized about it. And so now that they're older and obviously it's much more accepted, they felt comfortable doing so.
And why do you think that is, Apollo? Why do you think they're more comfortable in doing so? I have my reason, but I want to hear yours first. Oops, I misspelled it.
I think it's just obviously the times, it's looked at much more differently than it was, years ago. And so people are more accepting, and it's actually much more, I guess it's looked down upon on those that are going to be, racist or looked down upon it, just like with, her brother saying like, oh no, I wouldn't think that. It's like, he can't say that. He knows he can't say that because it's his sister and she's dating a black man, and she would look at him sideways if he was to say what's really on his mind.
I totally agree. Here's my answer for the reason, and you might agree with this because you and I, we're both around the same age. The reason why it's more acceptable for older white women to date black men is because their value is lower. Right? It's because their value is lower. Listen, man, Devin, and I don't hold this against her father, but guess what? Devin told me, hey, look, I'm 45 years old, and my dad, I remember when we first started dating, she was 39, right? She's like, oh my God, my dad would love you. I said, well, of course he's going to love me. You're 39 years old. But what would he say? What would he say if you were, say, 16 and I was, say, 17? She said, oh yeah, he would definitely have a problem with it. You see, because younger women clearly have more value than older women. That doesn't mean that older women don't have any value. But fathers are protective of their daughters when their value is at the highest. And so, of course, he'd have a problem with it. This is the same reason why the father of my high school sweetheart had a problem with me. Guess what? If I were to go back and date my high school sweetheart, do you think your father would care? Hell no. Hell no, because she's now 42 she's now 43 years old. Her value is all but gone. Her value is much lower.
Oh, absolutely. Just like one of the girls that I'm hooking up with, she's 25, and white. And I asked her, I was like, do you tell anybody we're even hooking up, or what would your parents say if you brought me home? And she was like, it wouldn't go over well. And I'm 43 years old, and have a house, 2 jobs, and it still wouldn't go over well.
There you go. See that? You see that? Listen, it depends upon the age. Of course, it wouldn't go well because she's 25. She's at her peak in terms of value. Her parents absolutely would have a problem. At least her father would have a problem with that. I'll give you the last word, Apollo.
Right. That, and then I'll say this, like what I've talked to you about before, like 2 of the girls that I've hooked up with that are older women, their ex-husbands wanted to see them hook up, or they did hook up in front of them with black men.
Oh, wow.
So to think, even though it was a fantasy, as far as just living that out, but as far as them dating someone else, even when they broke up, they had an issue with that. So, it just goes to show, even though they fantasize about seeing that, they still didn't want them dating.
Well, here's the thing, and thanks for the call, Apollo. I think those are two very different things. Any white guy who fantasizes about his white wife getting plowed by a black guy in front of him, that to me, that's a fetish, that's a fantasy, that's just that's a whole other issue. Hold on a second. Oh, Mr. Shane Vicious, $2 says the cleanup man isn't needed now. His job is done. Absolutely. We got Ray in Kansas City, Alex in Kansas City, Alvin in Australia, and the entrepreneur in Switzerland. I've got you guys coming up next. I'll tell you a quick story, very quick story. One of my best friends in Reno, Dev's actually met her before. Okay, she has a sister. She has a sister, right? Her sister is married to this, I'm telling you, high-powered power attorney. They live in this ridiculous estate out on Damani Ranch, or it was on Steamboat Parkway. Beautiful family, beautiful home. Well, her sister, while she was in college, did nothing but fuck niggas. And do you know what my friend told me? She says she'll never ever tell her husband. She tells me, do not tell Philip. She will never ever ever let her husband Philip find out that she fucked niggas in college. Of course she's not. Of course she's not. Why do you think she wants to keep that away from him? Because she knows high caliber guys, even guys who are on their way to being high caliber, those guys don't marry white girls who used to fuck around with black dudes. Listen, call it racist, call it whatever you want. This is human nature. This is human nature, man. I'm just trying to tell you, it doesn't make you a racist to have a problem with it. It really does not. Shit, I'm black, and if I found out a white girl's fuck nothing but niggas, I don't want nothing to do with her, and I'm black. All right, let's go to Ray in Kansas City. So you had a brother who dated a white girl, and you're going to tell us what her family thought. Now, how old was your brother when he dated the white girl?
Correction, I'm the brother.
Oh, you're the brother. Oh, my bad. Oh, you're the brother who dated a white girl. Okay, so what did her family think about you? Well, first of all, how old were you when you dated her, and how old was she?
Now, I'm in my late 30s. I'm 38.
Okay.
She is 26.
Okay. Are you dating her now?
We're talking. We're not dating, I wouldn't say, but she's a friend. You know what I'm saying, quote unquote.
So you said you're talking, which means you're fucking, right? Listen,
yes,
come on, bro. Come on, man. Listen, just because I sound like I'm white doesn't mean I don't listen. I know. We're look. It's like nigga ease. Yeah, we talking. Translation: we are having sexual intercourse on a regular basis. So tell me about the reaction tell me about the family's reaction to you dating her.
Okay, now dig this. I've met her family before because we started out just being cool. And they seem like all white folks, you know. They Midwest, you know, so they real nice and polite and all of that.
Sure.
But talking to her before, she once said that she knows she can't bring no brother home to her. She said her parents told her not to bring home a black man.
There you go. There it is. Her parents told her. Go ahead.
I know she's the kind of girl who doesn't do everything her parents tell her anyway.
Right.
But that's a long story. So I say, wait a second. Weren't you engaged to a Cuban guy? She said, yeah. But they said, don't go any darker than that.
See that? You see that? And you said she's 26 years old, right?
26.
26. Guess what, Ray? If she were 36, dude, her mom and dad would welcome you with open arms. You want to know why? You want to know why?
I already know why. I'll tell you why.
Go ahead.
Because pretty much not long ago, she just bought a dog. And her mama said, if you bought a dog, I'm never going to get a grandbaby, am I?
Oops. Uh-oh.
So, see, you already know by me saying that.
Yep. Unbelievable.
So if she gets too much older and she don't have no grandbabies or nobody with her, they don't mind if she date no brothers or whatever. It's whatever.
Of course not. And listen, I'll tell you this too. Let me ask you something else, Ray. Did you date white girls when you were in high school or no?
I'll tell you what. I have no problem with the white girls, but I never touched them because I come from that era. You know what I'm talking about?
I got you. I'm with you. I'm with you. No,
yeah,
listen, I'm totally with you,
I never had no problem with it. But I just treaded lightly, so I thought it would just be better if I didn't touch it.
There you go. There it is, man. Ray in Kansas City, keeping it 99, didn't necessarily keep it 100 because he said they were talking, which means they were fucking. But, it is what it is. I got you. I appreciate it, Ray. Ray. Okay, let us go to Alex in Kansas City. Alex in Kansas City. You wanted to comment on white girls dating black guys. Go ahead.
Yeah, so for me, I'm a white guy. It depends on the caliber of the black guy she was dating.
Okay.
If it's, some dude who, was a gangbanger or something like that, no, not touching, stay the hell away.
Okay.
But and I would say this also applies to white guys, but if the dude was like this leagues above me, and I remember I had this manager at my old job, he was about my height, and I'm 6'3", he was probably 250 pounds of thick steel muscle. I mean, he was a big man. And, he was extremely smart, and he always dressed very nicely, and, he was just, like a man's man, and I know he probably made bank.
Right.
And if I found out, oh, that's your ex, and, it just happened to be that he was black, but if he was black, white, Hispanic, whatever,
sure,
I would stay the hell away. I'd be like, all right, that's definitely the dude that just alpha widowed you.
There it is. That's right. Let me ask you something, Alex. Let's flip this around, right? Because a lot of men will say what you say. They'll say, well, listen, it really kind of depends upon the caliber of the black guy. But if you found out, if you're interested in a white woman and you found out she had you would assume she had a white ex-boyfriend, you would still date her. Number one. Number two, a white guy would never say, well, it depends on the caliber of the white guy she dated. It never depends on the caliber because it's not a factor. Am I wrong?
I mean, are you asking, would I probe into her ex, or?
Not.
Because, if I found out her ex was like that one guy.
Yes.
No, I'm not even going to try to compete.
Of course. But you would never, if you knew she had only dated white guys, you would not probe into her ex, because if she's dating white guys, it doesn't matter because she's a white girl. Of course, she will have dated white guys, but a lot of white guys say, listen, it depends on the caliber of the black guy. White guys will never say, well, if I find out my white girlfriend dated other white guys, it depends on the caliber of the white guy. You're not going to dig a little deeper because he's white. That's just the way of it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying now. Yeah, and unfortunately, yeah, you're 100% right.
No, that's not, Alex.
Alex,
that is not unfortunate. That's just the way it is, man. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the honesty, Alex. I appreciate the call. Well, see, there you go. See, and again, white guys are like, well, listen, it depends on the caliber of the black guy. Fair enough. But if you reverse the race and you knew that she had dated nothing but white guys, well, would you date a white girl who dated nothing but white guys? Well, of course I would. They never say, well, it depends on the caliber of the white guy she dated. No, it only depends on the caliber of the black guys she dated. right? It depends on the caliber of the black guy. It never depends on the caliber of the white guy. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. Guru says white guys have high standards. White guys of value have high standards, my friend. White guys with value have high standards, as do black guys, Hispanics, etc., etc. All right, let us go to Alvin in Australia. Alvin in Australia. So you wanted to comment on me having been on Fresh and Fit.
Yes. Hi, Donovan. This is Alvin here. Yes. It's funny how I found this community. It's actually funny. I think, weirdly enough, it was from Auburn Preach.
Mm-hmm.
Auburn Preach, when they got on Fresh and Fit, I was like, oh, this is new. I got on Fresh and Fit. And no. Actually, it was first they brought on Kevin Samuels after the Average at Best. Then they went on Fresh and Fit. So that's how I found this community. And it's been a while. I think 4 or 5 months I've been listening to this community. So yeah, that's how I found this community. And for this particular topic, white. Well, first of all, I'm black, so it's actually a strange one, and also to add a mixed spirit, I'm actually African, so
okay,
the whole thing just a little bit weird. But I have African friends that have married white girls, dated them, and all that. And yeah, I could say there were some looks when it was about to happen and all of that stuff, and even. I have a very close friend. When he got married to a white lady when she was very young, and the family kicked against it. They were like, no, of course the girl did not listen. But when they were having problems, of course, they were like, okay, you guys are going to have divorce? Okay, sure. Then to divorce them, of course.
Well, there you go.
They found a divorce and everything. And exactly, yeah.
Yeah, listen, and thanks for the call, Alvin. I appreciate it. Well, then there you go. That's from Alvin's perspective. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit different, but yeah, there you go, man. There you go. Okay, let us go to the entrepreneur in Switzerland. You said you had a question about the Sunday Zoom meetings.
Yes. Hello, Donovan. It's me,
yes.
Jaku from the entrepreneur, or Jaku Maron. From Switzerland, I would like to ask, because I live in a different time zone than you. You live in America, and I live in Switzerland. What is your time right now?
It is it's almost 3:30 p.m. in the afternoon here.
3:30, like day?
Yes, 3:30 p.m. Yeah, 3:30 in the afternoon. Yeah.
All right. And in America on Sunday, when you have the Zoom call, because I always get the emails on Monday, or I see it on Monday, because I don't know, maybe it's in the midnight or after midnight. So what time on your time, so I can make the math? Because right now I have almost 10 o'clock on the night.
Okay.
So what time do you do this on Sunday, on America time?
4:30.
4:30 day?
4:30 in the afternoon on Sundays. Yes.
36. All right. Wait, what do we have now? So 15, 16, 17, 21. All right. So about 6.
Okay. Very good. Let's go to Randy in Brooklyn. So Randy, what are your thoughts on your thoughts on the topic?
Okay, well, like in high school, I went to I went to a predominantly white high school.
Okay.
So it was like you could approach, but sometimes like the guys around there would like look at you funny, because back then it wasn't acceptable.
Sure.
And then when I went to college, it was like you had like a lot of them girls that wanted to play rebel.
Of course.
And they want to date you. And the funny thing about it was this: they want to date you to bug out their parents. But the minute they see her parents, and her parents happen to like you, because I was a couple of shades lighter back then. I didn't look like the, rough looking type of person. They're like, oh, we like him. It's amazing how like, wait a minute, wait a minute, you was all high and bothered like 5 minutes ago, but now you brand new because your parents like me.
Yes, right. That's how it is. And and again, there are exceptions. There are exceptions to the rule. But I believe even now, even though it was not, I guess, widely acceptable then, it's more acceptable now. But whether or not something is more acceptable or not, I don't think that's a factor. I still believe, dude, if and you know what, I'd like to actually get white girls to call in. I would love to, when I have this discussion with whatever her name is, I'd like to get white girls on the line and say, listen, do you hide it from your boyfriend and or husband that you used to date black guys? I would like to hear that. I think I'd be very interested in that. I'll give you the last word, Randy.
Okay, did you ever have a case that ever dated a white woman who had a complaint with white men, like, I want to date you because my experience with white men was so bad, so now I got to date you? You know, it's like somehow there's a need to get back at them. I got to date you and be successful. I can show them up.
No, I've never. I mean, listen, has it happened? I'm sure, but they never really tell me that. They don't verbalize it. I've never had a white girl tell me, "Hey, I'm dating you."
I had that.
How many times?
They say just like I told you. They told me. I'm like, okay, now I got to escape this one. This is a problem.
Yep. And again, listen, and to me, I don't take it personally. I don't care why white girls date or have sex with me. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. And thanks for the call, Randy. A lot of black women like to say, well, the reason why she's dating you is to get back at her parents. Okay. I mean, even if you were right, I don't give a shit. I don't care. See, black women when they shame white guys for dating black guys for dating white girls, they like to make these comments to make it seem as though they're only dating me to get back at their parents. No, women do date rebelliously, and she might be dating me to get back at her parents, but would she ever date a guy she's not attracted to get back at her parents? No, of course not. She's not going to do that. Women don't date men they're not sexually attracted to. It just does not happen. So nice try on that one. Let's go to Zach in Kentucky. Zach in Kentucky, it looks like you're following up with your super chat. What's going on, man?
Hey, Donovan. How are you doing?
Doing good, man. How about you?
Oh, doing good. So, I'm Zach Redpillar. I left the super chat earlier.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just following up, which Kentucky's a strange place because we have eastern Kentucky not too far away, and that's all meth heads and no works.
Yeah, Harlan County.
So it's important to look into the background of every woman and who she's dated. So I might be an oddball in that regard, but it's not the race. It's definitely the caliber of man.
Okay. So give an example.
Like, for instance, in college, I had a friend, educated, well-spoken, one of the most interesting people I've ever met. If he dated a woman and then they broke up, and it wasn't, anything, not with somebody I knew, but if a man of his quality were to be some woman's past ex, then I wouldn't think twice about it.
Okay. All right. So you wouldn't have a problem dating a white. So I'm assuming you're white. So you wouldn't have a problem dating a white girl who dated a black guy, but it depends upon the caliber of guy.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. Well, thanks for the call, Zach. Once again, he doesn't have a problem with it as long as there's caliber involved. But again, might I remind you that they don't say this about white girls who date white guys. Well, it depends on the caliber. No, this is why we tell guys all the time, dude, you don't give a shit. Don't ask her about her ex. Don't ask her about her past. No, none of that. Because inevitably you're going to hear some shit that you don't like, right? Like if she pines over her ex who's 6'4" and huge dick and made all this money, dude, you're going to be out of there because you don't measure up to that guy statistically, right? Whether he was white, black, whatever the case may be, right? But wouldn't you want to know if she dated black guys before, right? Wouldn't you want to know? Of course you would want to know. See, again, white guys don't care about the white men that white girls have dated. They don't say, well, it depends on the caliber, etc., etc. Nah, they don't care about that because they're white. And again, this doesn't make anybody racist. This is just how it is. This is how it is. All right, last call of the day. We got Tony in New York. Tony, you're on live at Donovan. So you have you want to talk about the stigma of white girls dating black guys? Go ahead.
Yes, how you doing, man? Just found your channel today. Very great content. I love it. I just subscribed. But
thank you.
All that shit aside, I really do. It's like the others have said earlier. It's also like the caliber. Like if you fucking, if you find out that the white girl was fucking with like a hood nigga,
yeah,
that's a lot different than. I don't know if I could say that. Excuse me, but.
No, it's fine. I say it all the time.
It's really, it's gonna come off a lot different than you might find out little Becky actually dated a black guy that probably was a manager or something of a higher status,
right?
Than just being a hood nigga. And nothing wrong with but I really feel like that too. So in my opinion, I feel that let's say a white guy realizes that, finds out, through conversation with her, actually tries to date her.
Right.
I personally feel, no matter how much fucking money you making, no matter what furniture you done bought for her, dresses, bags, whatever, it's always going to be in the back of your mind.
That's right.
Especially if you're a white guy.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That, oh, fuck, well, you know what I mean? I'm at work. You know what I mean? She's telling me she's home, but unless you have cameras set up in the crib, you feel me? Like, you're not really gonna, you know what I mean? I personally feel that way. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm from Queens, man. I couldn't date a white girl that's just fucked with only hood niggas. Now, maybe if it was like a black man, because there is a difference between niggas and a black nigga and a black man. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. But it's like, you know what I mean? I might feel a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? But I'm Latino, so I'm still not black, so I'm be like, well, fuck, you know what I mean? Maybe shorty. But it's different with white girls, though.
It is.
It really is, man. Like, it is, man. If you were to find out, little Puerto Rican shorty or whatever, that she dated a nigga, not to say it's expected, but, you know what I mean? Black and Latinos mix for everybody.
Right, of course.
In a lot of cases.
Of course.
So. And from what I've seen. But, yeah, also, like the other gentlemen have said, it depends on the caliber. Like you, and the top off what you said, it really is thing to say or shit to speak on, because it's not. It's just, everybody has their own preference. Yes. And in a way, I feel like that's almost a preference. But I don't want to, I don't want to keep talking, man. My bad, brother.
No, you're all right,
thank you for having me on here, man.
No, that's all right. I appreciate you calling in, man. Tony in New York, keeping it a stack in this motherfucker. So the phone lines are officially closed. Yeah, listen. Yes, it does depend on the caliber. It does depend on the caliber. If you find out Becky used to date a hood nigga, if she dated DeAndre, Taquan, Jaquantre, Tron Quavius, but they call him Tron, she's off limits. But white guys wouldn't care if she dated the white equivalent. If she dated Cooter or Mudflap from the trailer park, he wouldn't care. All right? Cooter and Mudflap, that's Pookie and Ray Ray. Okay? That's the equivalent to Pookie and Ray Ray. Cooter and Mudflap are equivalent to Pookie and Ray Ray. White guys care if Becky dated Pookie and Ray Ray. But he absolutely would not care if she dated Cooter or Mudflap. She just wouldn't. He wouldn't. It's different. It is absolutely different. That's all there is to it. The Blind Archer with the $20 super chat says, I've always dated out of my race, either white or Hispanic. Their families protective all the same. I always wanted to be the first black guy and would only date the ones who dated high-quality guys before me. There you go. That is 100% correct. 100% correct. Man, this was a very, very good discussion. Yeah. Hopefully, I keep forgetting this chick's name. Just Pearly Things. Hopefully we can get the interview set up, the discussion set up with. Hopefully, we can get the discussion set up with just pearly things. I think that'd be a very very good discussion. There we go.
Thank you for using.
All right.
Goodbye.
Okay. One last thing, and I didn't even go through this. I just want to. So I pulled up a while we were on the phone lines. I actually went to Reddit. Just typed in, and here's a Reddit thread. Do guys really care if white girls hook up with black guys? Okay. So it states, my friend's ignorant mom just told me, as a white girl, if I'm trying to get serious with someone, I shouldn't mention the fact that I've dated a few black guys. I'm also a bartender at a golf course, and when 30-something-year-old guys were talking to me, they said that guys don't want girls after they've been with a black guy because their shit will be tore up and nasty. Is this really a thing? Listen, man, listen. That might not be true because not every black guy has a 19-inch dick, but that's the perception, guys. That's the perception. Dude, I said it in my Bachelor video. Let's take a look at the comments. Let's see. Just one vote says, yeah, it's a thing. It's called racism. If you steer clear of bigots, you won't have this problem. That's ridiculous. That has nothing to do with racism. Somebody said, yes, indeed it is. I'm going to state some things here, not my personal beliefs at all, but some experiences I feel are relevant, ugly as they may be. I'm from the Midwest. Racism is rampant. However, I don't think people are looking down on the girl because of the color of the dude's skin. They're intimidated because they've heard all these good things about how black guys are in bed, not to mention the penis-sized stereotype. Guys, dude, this is Reddit. I have a close friend who used to date white guys, and since dating a few black guys, she says she'll never go back to white guys again. In her words, she says black guys are generally more aggressive and passionate in bed, said that they have a tendency to make a girl feel sexier about herself because they're so into sex with her. Says most of the white guys she's dated are nowhere near as aggressive and passionate. Her thing was that she felt her sexuality was more valued by black guys and could use it to her advantage. Plus, it made her feel better about herself to be so desired as to get damn near anything she wanted with just a mention of sex. Okay, so she's dealing with thirsty guys. I'd say it was just a personal opinion, but I've heard almost this exact same thing from other girlfriends who have, quote, gone black. And my current I don't know what that is, even significant other even agrees about the passion thing. I'm not going to go from a stereotype. I just know it's a thing. I think, though, that white guys will be intimidated by it. They'll assume, probably falsely or correctly, only way you'll know, that you've had this aggressive dude with a huge cock, and how could they possibly compete? They get nasty and mean to the girl about it's damn near an easier route confronting. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. There it is. It's all about their insecurity. When those guys racist, see, it has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with race. Let's scroll down a little bit. These people, dude, white guys are not racist. Well, I'm not saying white guys are not racist. I'm saying white guys who don't date white girls who have dated black guys are not racist. Here we go. It's a confidence thing. I think in America, there's the idea that black men are bigger and have more game. If that's true, they're more interesting. That makes you boring by comparison as a white male, which then makes you undesirable. Of course, we all know that's crap, but I think it's where these folks are coming from. Guys, come on, man. Like, this cannot be denied. Racism, it doesn't matter. No, racism is not. See, look. He says, to be perfectly honest, I do find it to be a turnoff, not sure why. See? He doesn't want to come off as a racist, so see? And of course, she said subconscious racism. No, that's not subconscious racism. It's racism. Here we go. I wish it wasn't. It's something I myself have ever thought. Frankly, it sounds immature and ridiculous, but I can see where it comes from. Basically, if you combined all the modern racist stereotypes, black people are drug dealers in gangs, prison, big penises, with the incredibly racist way blacks are portrayed in porn, you get the kind of opinion you describe. There you go. There it is. There, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Oh, here we are. I don't care myself. It is a thing, though. It's racism with a dose of penis envy. Yep, this is unfortunately a thing. I've seen plenty of people who have never said anything racist who insist that they're tolerant express disgust at white women sleeping with black men. There you go. There you go. There you go. It's an absolute thing. It's undeniable. Anybody who says that they don't care, they're capping. Here we go. Rocky Rambo says, yes, it's a thing. The reason I won't date any white girl who slept with a black guy is because of the significant higher STD, STI rate among black males. That's cap. And I'm concerned about contracting a disease. No, you're not. That's ridiculous. Also, penis size and or aggressiveness is not a concern of mine. I know I'm more sufficient in those departments. He's capping. He's ridiculous. No, he is clearly, yeah. Come on. Dude, facts are facts, guys. Facts are facts. I mean, again, it doesn't make you a racist, but dude. Wow, what a discussion. Holy smokes. All right, well, coming up next, I'm going to do I'm going to be doing my F-Boy Island breakdown for you guys. I'll be breaking down F-Boy Island. F-Boy Island seems to be a little better than I thought it would be. Nobody has tried to sabotage anybody yet, at least not as far as I know. But if you want to see a clinic on game, shit tests, and body language, F-Boy Island is definitely the place to be. If you want to watch for free, simply download the Sharpe Stream app. Download the Sharpe Stream app. Go to sharpestream.com. You can download it for iPhone or Android. You can watch for free by downloading the Sharpe Stream app. That's going to do it for this edition, the 781st edition of TSR Live. My thanks to all of my super chatters as well as my callers. F-Boy Island breakdown coming up next on Sharpe Stream. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Get thousands of hours of content not found anywhere. Get thousands of hours of content not found anywhere on patreon.com/Donovan Sharpe. Link in description. Bye.